Welcome back to Daybreak and Trust TV. So now we're going to dive right into our newspaper review, and as usual we're going to start with Daily Trust. Body written is erratic power hinders businesses in Kaduna, Kano and Katsina. You can find this in it started right in the front page and continued in pages 3 and 4 of Daily Trust. Why Atiku is yet to declare for 2027. This is on page 6. Naira rallies to 1,455 naira per dollar, reserves hits for the $3 billion. This is on page 23 of Daily Trust. Doctor killed, 3 children missing as gunmen attack Abuja community. This is in page 20 of Daily Trust. Woman sets self ablaze in Bauchi. This is in page 8 of the Daily Trust, and this is the much that there is in the front page of Daily Trust today.
All right, next up we have the Guardian newspaper right in front. How brand Nigeria suffers 4 misdeeds of few abroad. Big story that is on pages 4 and 5 of the Guardian. At the top left we have CDS, failing family system, values worsening insecurity. That's on page 3 as well of the Guardian. Nigeria's health system performing at 45% capacity. That's on page 3 as well. Tinted glass, NBA fumes as police impound judges a vehicle. That is on, you can find that on page 3 as well. Nigeria at 65, 2 days after independence, bitter divisions persist over nation's future. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Atiku rules out quitting presidential race, laments PDP woes. That's on page 6 of the Guardian. EU hails electoral progress and push for reforms. That's on page 7 of the Guardian. Sanusi Awosika seeks 30% representation, level playing field for women. That's on page 7. NARD to track 24-hour call duty limit through chief resident 91 centres. That's on page 29 of the Guardian. Lastly, ex-commissioner decries quarries insecurity as bandits abduct policeman. That is on page 30 of the Guardian newspaper. Make sure you grab yourself a copy and stay informed.
Now to the Punch. Southwest states tighten borders amid banditry surge in Kwara. This is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Right at the top, Rivers Phones. ICPC reviews petition against IBAS. Well, this is on page 14 of the Punch. Electricity Act. Poor Nigerians orders to get tariff relief. This is on page 23 of the Punch. Right below the front page of the Punch is EU canvasses urgent reforms before 2027 poll. This is right in page 7 of the Punch. Oluo ridiculing Yoruba monarchy, traditional rulers. Page 7. Stray bullet kills Osun graduate after NYC call-up. You can find this story in pages 4 and 5 of the Punch. NAFDAC destroys 15 billion naira fake expired drug in Oyo State. This is right in page 14. And Obi won't join dollarized primaries, obedience reply Atiku. You can find this story in page 27 in the Punch newspaper, and this is the much that there is in the Punch.
All right, moving on, joining us via Zoom to review some of the headlines of the pages of today's newspapers is Ben Shemang, the former director, News Voice of Nigeria. Good morning. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ben Shemang.
Thank you for having me in your midst. Thank you on a good Friday.
All right, have a good Friday. All right, let's look at Daily Trust. Right in front, we have erratic power hinders businesses in Kaduna, Kano, and Katsina. What are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, not just those states. It's here in Abuja. You can imagine that even on the Independence National Day, when we had the president addressing the nation, of course, there was no electricity. So when companies are down because there's no electricity, hospitals are down, there's no electricity, you want to do some surgery, no hospital, you're now depending on a secondary source, you buy generating sets in hospitals to do surgery, and quite a lot of other things houses, no electricity. You just see that many companies will run very down in terms of profit making. And in terms of even employment, if you can't produce, so where do you pay workers? A whole lot of things. And again, talking about generating capacity at the point they say, look, they generate, but nobody buys the electricity, no transmission. Transmission will also tell you that even their cables or installations along the way or bushes, erosion is affecting the thieves, cable thieves are affecting all of that. Quite a lot of things that are wrong. And I think that it's time for Civil Defense Corps, it is their job to check against these economic saboteurs when you're having cables being stolen. And when they are stolen, they are taken to the market. You go to the market, then people should invade this market and begin to carry out investigations. What happened that you're having things that are not supposed to be in the market? How did you get them? Where are your sources? You know, that will kind of reduce some of these things. But you see, the Minister of Energy always telling Nigerians that the power has increased, and I can see Shiroro Dam, the saying there is too much water, they have to release it. People in the valleys are told to run away. And what happens to their houses, property, farming, and all that stuff? What happened? We're waiting to see. Quite a lot of things that are waiting and that are waiting to be handled.
Okay, right. The next headline is why Atiku is yet to declare for 2027. Why do you think? What do you think about this headline?
Well, I think that sometimes when you over delay, it can cause some misgivings or some misinterpretations. You can see that some will interpret the reasons this way, not knowing that the principal is also thinking in a different way. Apart from that, you now look at where does he belong? Is it PDP? Well, apparently he has joined some other people to oppose APC because he's also not in APC. And where is he now? ADC, we see in SDP, quite a lot of things. You see, you shouldn't leave your voters, you shouldn't leave your followers, your admirers to begin to do some permutations, some guesswork, and all that. You see that those who are defending him or not defending him might not be doing the correct thing. And I can also see that some people are saying that obedience or Peter Obi would not want to join a dollarized primary. In other words, these are people already attacking Atiku on behalf of Peter Obi. But followers will have to be very, very careful. You don't see these people at each other's jugular veins, but only the voters in the villages and some other enclaves. They are the ones killing on behalf of the politicians. And when the chips are down or when the law is now brought to bear, they are the ones being taken to court and not the politicians because they never instructed to. So the time has come therefore that when a politician is talking, he shouldn't talk on both sides of the cheek or with his tongue in his mouth. He should come out clearly and speak on the word, not in between the lines. He shouldn't speak. He should speak on the line, not in between the lines. Let people understand their political journey.
All right, let us look at the Guardian newspaper. Right in front, it says CDS says failing family system values worsening insecurity. What is your take on that, in that perspective?
I Yes, I agree with him 100%. In fact, more than 100%. Because a situation where in the north alone you're having millions of out of school syndrome, you put the numbers together, they are always more than the number of the population of Benin Republic or Togo put together. That's out of school syndrome in northern Nigeria. We are not yet talking of other places. Now, when you have these people out of school syndrome, the unemployed, and nobody bothers about them, the family cohesion is no longer there. Of course, they just become some recruits for for mischief makers. Mischief makers could be Lakurawas, they could be Boko Haram, they could be the Mamudawa group or any other group. So the families will have to be together. But again, when you look at the situation, the purchasing power, those who have retired, so many of them don't even know where their children are. Then you also have those who cannot just parent, those who cannot just, I mean, everything is just bad. So there's that loss in family cohesion. So we expect the national orientation to come in. We are very religious, very religious in the essence that we kill ourselves over religion. But to what extent has it unified us? How is it bringing unity? Either this side of the religion or the other. Because when you go to the social media, all you see are religious leaders condemning for fellow religious leaders. Their followers are busy sending missiles here and there. There is no respect, value of life, sanctity of life is just zero. And so everyone to himself. Children are somewhere you don't even know where they are. Like Frank Olise of old would say, it is 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? So parents should begin to ask, where are my children? Who are the friends to my children? It's better when you say I'm going to see my friend. Every time I'm going to see my friend, why is your friend also not coming to see you? So that we know that they've gone to see Somaya's family. Okay, therefore, Somaya's family will also come to see my own children here. And it brings that kind of a unity. And friendship should not just be based on one religion, one tribe. And that's why we have the unity. And that's why we have the National Sports Festival to ensure that that friendship is there. And but politicians will have to do quite a lot in terms of also showing some hatred during campaigns here and there.
So, boldly written in the Punch says, Southwest states tighten borders amid banditry surge in Kwara. What can you say about this headline?
Yes, I think I drop my cap for them because when the Southwest countries came out with one single kind of security outfit, the Amatok, you see them in their red uniform. All these states, they go into the trenches, they go into the bushes, they comb these bushes to ensure that any miscreant is fished out immediately. And why do they, if you look at the stretch, by the time you're talking about Kwara, yeah, Kwara is there, see Niger State, I know, see KB. Now you're talking of where the Lakurawas are from. You're talking about where the Mamudawas are operating here in Niger State. Shiroro Dam, Dam, look at Borugu area. So if they're able to cordon off those areas, in other words, nobody will pass those Kwara states and now enter the southwest state. That's a good thing they are doing, and that is one thing the northern governors are failing to do. Failing to do because they have always failed to come out with a one-stop shop, one single identity of a security outfit to ensure that their environment is protected, their people are protected, food is supplied, security is guaranteed. All they do is one state is negotiating with bandits, another one is not negotiating, another one has negotiated, negotiations have failed. You entrench these people, they collect arms, they collect money, go buy more arms, and begin to attack the people. The people. So I think that for the southwest states, that is a very good vision, and they are implementing it. They are sensitive to their people. They are yearning.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ben Shamang, for helping us look at the front pages of our national dailies.
Thank you for having me.